Is XRP's next breakout closer than we think? Let's talk about this. Okay, so right now XRP is trading around $1.94, and the market is actually up 1.71%. And we can see that XRP is almost up 2.7% in the last 24 hours, but still down a little over 8% in the last 7 days. So we're going to look at this, just kind of check out what XRP is doing right now. So the volume up almost 12%. Yeah, things pulled back and things were around, the $1.88 range. So we bounced up a little bit to the $1.94 range. Yeah, the low was $1.88, but we're climbing up a little bit right now. Let's hope this keeps going, guys. Okay, so XRP looks good for a $4 price run. Okay, let's talk about this. XRP is showing early signs of strength after months of sideways movement. We know these months of sideways movement have really been rough, guys. With traders pointing to a familiar price structure that previously led to a major upside breakout. And we'll kind of get into that. And we'll look at the charts a little bit, guys. So XRP shows strength as traders spot a familiar setup, which is the chart that has led to a major breakout before. Technical charts that XRP is nearing the end of a long consolidation phase, a long one too. But these long consolidation phases and these long where the market is, where everyone's kind of frustrated because XRP is not really doing anything and it's kind of just sitting there, that is when things eventually build up, and then they break out. But you just got to be holding your XRP. You got to be staying patient because this breakout phase will happen. It's just a matter of time. A breakout could send XRP toward $4, which I think is honestly could be on the lower end, requiring just over 100% price surge. That may seem like a lot, guys, but when XRP gets to pumping, it was at, I think its all-time high was somewhere in the high $3 range. So I could easily see that we go past $4 easily. Analysts say extended consolidation supports higher targets with some callings for $6. I think this is a little bit less conservative. I think this is more possible. And honestly, it could be more realistic than the $4 price. So we got a well-known figure in the crypto market shared a chart, which we'll get into, and he said XRP looks good. Kept it plain and simple. This chart highlights a repeating technical pattern that has appeared twice over the past year. So we got something to lean on. In both cases, XRP formed a descending channel following a strong rally. And we all know we're in this descending channel right now. We're waiting for the strong rally. So we're going to look at this. Notably, the first instance was XRP's move from 49 cents to $3.34 between November 2024 and January 2025. So guys, if we just think about this for a second, basically 50 cents to $3.30. And so they think if we get our next kind of surge with XRP, we're going to be going to around $4. And I know that could be a little conservative, but think about this right now, guys. I don't know what the math is right here, but that is definitely more than a 2x, 49 cents to $3.34. So I definitely think $4 is on the conservative end, because when we're looking at all these numbers and we look at the past numbers, we can see, 6% gain. So if we got a 6% gain, that'd be what, $12 basically from where we're at right now. So I think $4, honestly, if we get a surge, I think it's on the conservative end. And 100% increase may seem like a lot, guys. When XRP gets to pumping, it won't seem like anything, and we'll come to $4 pretty quickly. And so this chart illustrates how XRP rallied sharply, delivering multiple six gains. Wow, guys, before entering a controlled downward channel that saw it dip below $1.80 over a 6 month period. And that's what we know. We've stayed strong over $1.80 though. We've stayed strong over this kind of area. We've stayed strong around $2 in kind of this range of around $1.80. You get into the lowest and kind of like that $2.20 range. But we've stayed pretty strong around those kind of margins, which is good. XRP hasn't moved a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Once selling pressure faded, XRP broke out decisively in July, eventually reaching $3.66. Okay, so we see a little bit of a 2x. Is that 2x? Yeah, it's around like a 2x right there. But the original breakout was 6x. So the current structure mirrors past setup. So I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to read this, but you guys can pause it right here. I would definitely recommend looking at this chart, and I'll touch on it in a second. The current structure now closely mirrors that earlier setup. Specifically, XRP has once again spent 6 months moving within a falling channel, with the price now pressing near the lower boundary as volatility compresses. As a result, the market is increasingly eager for a reassumption of a new uptrend. So yeah, the lower boundary is around that $1.80, $1.90 range, and we've kind of hit that. And so now that we've hit that, I think that kind of unlocks, or kind of unlocks us and kind of drives us to not want to hit that again, you know. So we can see right here, we look at this chart. This is the past data where XRP was this is the November one, and then we saw it somewhere in January up here. It hit that all-time high right there, or not the all-time high, but the all-time high back then. And then it dipped back down. We were in this kind of boring phase, got some spikes up, boring phase, and then it shot up again. And then we've been dipping, the boring phase, but then we could see a shoot up again because look, it shot up. It was starting to go up a little bit right here when we hit this bottom on this green line, this green dotted line. It went up a little bit, stayed a little boring, and then shot up. So we obviously there's no telling when this is going to happen, but according to this chart, right, we got something to lean on a little bit here, guys. It's very possible that it could happen. I mean, easily with this year, I think it's for sure going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So yeah, $4 price zone is very possible. I think that's very doable. That's a little bit on the conservative end, but that's a good thing to have on the conservative end. $4. I mean, we would all love $4, and if that's been conservative, that's amazing. This zone aligns with a measured move similar to the previous post-consolidation breakout. While the chart does not suggest an immediate move, it implies that once XRP exit the channel, the next leg higher could be swift rather than gradual. So when XRP kind of exits its comfort zone, it's going to surge rather than gradual. So notably from current levels, XRP would need just over 106% price surge to reach $4, which will mark a new all-time high. These numbers may seem high, guys, but honestly, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that high because we're already a little bit low right now. So I don't think it'll be that hard. I think 106%, yeah, it seems like a big number, but I really don't think it'll be a big issue. So this looks good comment that he kind of gave on this chart reflects rising confidence among technical traders that XRP's long consolidation phase may be nearing its end, which we all hope for. While a move to $4 is not guaranteed, nothing's guaranteed in the crypto market and in these markets, guys. But we can rely on data and kind of backbones like this to kind of help us believe in XRP and believe in crypto. The price action suggests XRP is building strength, which I do really believe it is. So we can also see a call for $6. We can see that some people could state that XRP is in an accumulation phase rather than a bearish zone and could reach a $6 price target. This is also possible. I could believe in this too. You know, the XRP has been consolidating for over a year within its current pattern and for more than 8 years in a broader cycle. Such extended consolidation phases often precede strong breakouts. So if you think about the consolidation phase and how kind of boring, or I wouldn't say boring, but how XRP hasn't really moved a whole lot, like past its all-time highs previously in a little bit, I think that we are definitely due for some good news, and we're definitely due for some bullish activity. So despite short-term volatility, he considers a $6 target a conservative target, adding that long, quiet periods that frustrate some holders are a natural part of this process. And these is what usually drive these all-time highs, guys. So you may be frustrated right now at XRP, like, oh, shoot, it's at $1.90. But this year, it will be huge for crypto, and especially XRP. So you have to position yourself, do what is right for you at the end of the day, but position yourself in a position to be able to ride this surge and be ready for the surge whenever it does happen. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for your time. Remember, if you like what I'm doing, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. And yeah, guys, have a great day. Thank you.